How safe is Bangladesh for its minority communities? This pressing question looms large as violent unrest sweeps the nation following the arrest of Chinmoy Krishna, a prominent Hindu priest associated with ISKCON. Prabhu, who has been at the forefront of rallies demanding protection for minorities, particularly Hindus, now finds himself at the center of a storm that has drawn sharp international criticism. Allegations of persecution, targeted attacks and political neglect have reignited concerns about the safety of Hindus and other minorities in Bangladesh. Here's an in-depth report.
Tension has gripped Bangladesh since the arrest of Chinmoy Krishna, a leader of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness and a vocal advocate for minority rights. Das was detained at Dhaka's main airport on sedition charges, sparking widespread outrage. His arrest followed allegations of disrespecting Bangladesh's national flag during a rally in a Chattogram in October. As news of his detention spread, violence erupted in Chittagong, Dhaka, and other parts of the country. Protesters, primarily from Hindu communities, clashed with security forces. During one confrontation, hundreds of Das's supporters surrounded a police van, transporting him to jail, forcing it to halt. Security personnel responded with tear gas, while protesters retaliated by hurling stones. The violence has left Hindu communities, who comprise just 8% of Bangladesh's population, vulnerable.
ये जो राष्ट्रद्रोही मामला उनके चिन्मय कृष्णदास ब्रह्मचारी के खिलाफ की जो दायर किया गया है, ये जरा सा बेबुनियाद बेइल्जाम। मैं तो ये कहूँगा कि जो न्यू मार्केट की जो स्वाधीनता स्तंभ है, जो वह हमारा देश की जो नेशनल फ्लैग है, इन लोगों का कहना है जिन्होंने मामला किया है कि उसके खिलाफ जो गौरिक पताका, वो ये भी कह रहा है कि यह हमारा धर्म की पताका है। मैं इसका पूरा विरोध करता हूँ। कोई गौरिक हमारा हिंदू या सनातन धर्म की कोई धार्मिक पताका नहीं है। यह गेरुआ कलर है, क्योंकि गेरुआ एक ऐसा रंग है जो हिंदुओं का जो सात्विक, जो वैराग और जो निष्ठा की ये जो रंग है।
Reports of temple desecrations, arson and looting of homes have surged since the political upheaval that saw former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina flee the country in August. Minority groups accuse the interim government of turning a blind eye to their plight, while authorities dismiss the allegations as exaggerated.
I believe that the arrest of Sri Chinmoy Krishna, it sends a message to the Hindus and the other minority leaders in Bangladesh, which is to toe the line of the interim government's narrative, or you can face severe consequences. As you know, Sri Chinmoy Krishna has been an outspoken advocate for minority rights, and I do believe that his arrest at this point of time, it underscores a very disturbing pattern of state inaction and bias, to be honest. And at this point of time, from last 6 months, what we are seeing is that the temples have been desecrated, homes of minorities have been attacked, and perpetrators are roaming free without any accountability. So yes, and yet individuals like Sri Chinmoy, who have actually raised legitimate demands for their community's protection, are being silenced and denied bail.
The All Minorities Association of Bangladesh held a significant protest at the iconic Broken Chair Monument outside the United Nations office in Geneva. Joined by activists from various faiths, Hindus, Christian, Buddhists, and Ahmadi Muslims, as well as Swiss nationals, the demonstrators called for a secular and inclusive Bangladesh. They alleged systematic violence against minorities, including loss of lives, destruction of property, and widespread human rights abuses under the interim government. Protesters also highlighted the plight of Prabhu Chinmoy, appealing to the international community for his immediate and unconditional release.
So the arrest of Prabhu Chinmoy Swami, and thus the principal priest of the ISKCON temple. He is not only the principal priest, but he is also a leader of all faiths. So not only Hindus, but Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, Ahmadis, and like other communities inside Bangladesh. He is a representative and a voice and an icon. So his arrest, of course, is a matter of grave concern. And here in the United Nations Geneva, the 17th Minority Rights Council, we have raised this on multiple platforms, and we are appealing to the international community to seek his immediate release without any condition or restrictions. The current situation in Bangladesh is extremely concerning and highly volatile when it comes to targeting of minorities, be it places of worship or business, educational institutions, in other aspects of ordinary life.
Demonstrators at the Geneva protest also invoked the ideals of Bangladesh's 1971 liberation movement, which sought to establish a secular nation free from oppression. They condemned groups like Jamaat-e-Islami and Al-Badr for their role in the atrocities during the war and criticized their modern-day influence on Bangladesh's socio-political landscape. In response to the escalating violence, international leaders have raised their voices in solidarity with Bangladesh's Hindu community. British Conservative MP Bob Blackman recently addressed the issue in the UK Parliament, calling the ongoing attacks on minorities unacceptable.
The International Society of Krishna Consciousness, who run Bhaktivinoda Manor in Elstree, the largest Hindu temple in this country, in Bangladesh, their spiritual leader is under arrest. Hindus across Bangladesh are being subject literally to death by their houses being burnt, their temples are being burnt, and there was an attempt today in the Bangladesh High Court to rule that ISKCON should be banned from the country. This is a direct attack on Hindus. Now, this is a threat from India now to take action. We have a responsibility because we enable Bangladesh to be free and independent. Now, whatever the change of government has been in Bangladesh, it cannot be acceptable that religious minorities are persecuted in this way.
India too has expressed deep concern over the developments. The Ministry of External Affairs issued a strongly worded statement condemning the violence and urging the Bangladesh to ensure the safety of Hindus and other minorities. However, Bangladesh dismissed India's concerns, labeling the situation an internal matter. The arrest of Chinmoy Krishna and the ensuing violence have sent shock waves across the Hindu community in Bangladesh and abroad. As unrest mounts, minority groups fear further reprisals in a nation grappling with political instability and sectarian strife.